Welcome to Cryptid Files. I'm your host, Paige Carter. On a moonless night in July of 1977, Jim Thompson, a seasoned forest ranger known for his unflappable demeanor, found himself face to face with an inexplicable spectacle in the remote wilderness of Oregon. A chilling wind swept through the dense pines as he navigated the isolated trail, his flashlight barely piercing the inky darkness. All around him, the forest was unusually quiet, the usual nocturnal chorus eerily absent. A sense of unease crept over him, a primal warning from the depths of his instincts. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by a deafening flap of wings, shaking the surrounding trees. As Thompson spun around, his flashlight beam caught an enormous, shadowy figure launching itself into the sky. He could scarcely believe his eyes. The creature was massive, larger than any bird he had ever seen, its wingspan blocking out the stars. If Thompson had been alone in his experience, it might have been dismissed as a mere trick of the night. But he was not. Over the years, countless others have reported strikingly similar encounters with these colossal avians, often in isolated areas of wilderness across North America. These reports are not new phenomena, but rather echo ancient tales from indigenous cultures across the continent. The Lakota speak of the Thunderbird, a creature of such immense size and power that its wings create thunder and its eyes flash lightning. The Ojibwe tell similar tales, as do the Algonquin and many other tribes. Yet modern science has no place for these behemoths. There is, after all, a limit to how large a bird can be, dictated by the laws of physics and biology. The largest bird currently known to science, the wandering albatross, boasts a wingspan of up to 11 feet. But these thunderbirds? They are reported to be much, much larger. So, what are these mysterious creatures? Are they simply misidentified known species, or perhaps unknown creatures yet to be catalogued by science? Could they be survivors from a bygone era, relics of the time when giant birds did rule the skies? Or are they something more otherworldly? We tread on the thin line between known science and the unexplored, between dismissive skepticism and open-minded inquiry. As more and more sightings of these thunderbirds are reported, we are forced to confront the possibility that there may be truths hidden in the shadows of our understanding, waiting to be unveiled. Just like the thunderbirds, these truths defy our comprehension, challenging us to expand our perception of the possible. The origins of thunderbird sightings are steeped in the rich tapestry of indigenous cultures across North America, with the first recorded accounts dating back thousands of years. The Lakota, Ojibwe, and Algonquin tribes, among others, all have stories that feature a giant bird with a thunderous wingspan and eyes that flash lightning. While these legends vary from tribe to tribe, one constant remains. The thunderbird is a creature of immense power and majesty, commanding respect and awe. In these ancient tales, the thunderbird is often depicted as a supernatural being, imbued with the power to control the elements. Its flight is said to stir the winds, its eyes to flash with lightning, and its wings to clap thunder. These birds were not mere animals, but living, breathing manifestations of the forces of nature, powerful enough to influence the weather and the fate of the people. Aside from its place in folklore and myth, the thunderbird has also left its physical imprint on the cultural artifacts of many indigenous tribes. From etchings on cave walls to intricately carved totem poles, the image of the enormous bird with outstretched wings is a recurring motif, a testament to its significance in these societies. These ancient stories and depictions seeped into the collective consciousness of the tribes, passed down through generations, but they didn't remain confined to the indigenous cultures. With the arrival of European settlers, these tales began to spread further afield. In the 19th and 20th centuries, reports of thunderbird sightings began to emerge from settlers and explorers. These accounts echoed the indigenous stories, describing encounters with gigantic, bird-like creatures in the remote wilderness areas of North America. One of the earliest documented sightings by a non-indigenous observer dates back to 1890, when two Arizona cowboys claimed to have captured a giant bird. According to their account, the creature had a wingspan of 20 feet and a body covered in feathers as smooth as any seen on smaller birds. The story was published in the local newspaper, sparking a wave of interest in the Thunderbird and prompting other people to come forward with their own experiences. From there, the legend of the Thunderbird took on a life of its own, growing and evolving as it spread. Each new sighting added a layer of intrigue to the myth, fueling speculation and debate about the nature of these extraordinary creatures. As we delve deeper into the enigma of the Thunderbird, it becomes clear that these are not just creatures of myth and legend. They have left a tangible mark on the world, influencing cultures, shaping beliefs, and challenging the boundaries of our understanding. The Thunderbird continues to captivate our collective imagination, a symbol of the mysteries that still lurk in the uncharted corners of our world. In the heartland of Illinois in the 1940s, a farmer reported seeing a bird so massive that it blocked out the sun as it flew overhead. He described the creature as having dark feathers, a hooked beak, and talons that looked capable of snatching a full-grown man off the ground. This tale, passed down through his family, continues to circulate in local lore and has significantly shaped the community's perception of the Thunderbird. In another account from the 1970s, a group of 5 teenagers from Lawndale, Illinois, claimed to have encountered a Thunderbird. They described the creature as having a wingspan of over 10 feet, with a white ring around its neck and a body the size of a small car. Most chillingly, they reported that the bird swooped down and tried to carry one of them away, lifting him off the ground before dropping him unharmed. This incident was widely reported in the media at the time, leading to an uptick in reported Thunderbird sightings in the area. On the eastern seaboard, in the state of Pennsylvania, there is a long-standing Thunderbird legend that transcends generations. Here, the creature is described slightly differently. The Thunderbird is said to be a shimmering silver color with a wingspan that could shadow an entire town. Its call is said to sound like rolling thunder, and its flight is capable of stirring up powerful winds. This local variation of the legend suggests that the Thunderbird is not merely a physical creature, but also a supernatural entity capable of controlling the elements. These accounts, while differing in specifics, share common themes. The Thunderbird is consistently described as enormous, powerful, and awe-inspiring. Its presence leaves an indelible mark on those who claim to have seen it, often inciting fear, respect, and a sense of wonder. The influence of these eyewitness accounts and local legends extends beyond individual experiences. They have shaped community narratives and cultural understandings of the Thunderbird across North America. These stories have been woven into the fabric of local identities, coloring perceptions of the landscape and the mysteries it holds. Despite the lack of physical evidence, these eyewitness accounts and local legends continue to persist, adding to the mystique of the Thunderbird. They invite us to consider the possibility of a creature that defies conventional scientific understanding, a creature that embodies the unexplored mysteries of our world. A shred of physical evidence in the form of photographs and recordings allegedly capturing the Thunderbird does exist, although their authenticity is often disputed. One of the most infamous examples is a photograph supposedly taken in Arizona in the late 19th century. The image depicts 6 men standing in front of a barn, their arms outstretched to display a massive bird nailed to the wall. While some believe this to be a true representation of a Thunderbird, others argue it is a cleverly constructed hoax. Footprints, too, have been found that some claim belong to the Thunderbird. In the 1970s, a series of enormous bird tracks were discovered in Alaska near the Yukon River. Each print measured over 8 inches in length, larger than any known bird in the region. The tracks could not be definitively linked to a Thunderbird, but their size and shape left room for speculation. In addition to these tangible traces, there have been recordings that purport to capture the Thunderbird's distinctive call. These audio files often feature a deep, resonating sound, akin to rolling thunder. However, like the photographs and footprints, these recordings have not been confirmed as genuine, leading to ongoing debates among enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Many researchers have attempted to verify these claims, often with little success. Cryptozoologists, scientists who study creatures whose existence is yet to be proven, have played a significant role in the investigation of the Thunderbird phenomenon. One such investigator, Loren Coleman, has dedicated much of his career to the exploration of cryptids, including the Thunderbird. He has collected and analyzed numerous eyewitness accounts, photographs, and other alleged evidence. While Coleman and others have gathered a wealth of anecdotal and circumstantial evidence, they have yet to produce definitive scientific proof of the Thunderbird's existence. This lack of concrete evidence has led many in the scientific community to dismiss the Thunderbird as myth. However, for those who believe, the search continues. Despite the inconsistencies and lack of concrete evidence, the Thunderbird remains a topic of fascination. The enduring legacy of these tales suggests that the Thunderbird is more than just a creature of folklore. For some, it represents the untamed wilderness, the mysteries of nature yet to be uncovered, and the tantalizing possibility that our world is still home to creatures beyond our current understanding. The Thunderbird, seen in this light, embodies the spirit of exploration and the enduring human quest for knowledge. As with any unproven phenomenon, the existence of Thunderbirds has been met with skepticism, particularly from the scientific community. Numerous alternative explanations have been put forth to dispel the Thunderbird myth. These range from hoaxes and misidentifications to more complex scientific arguments. Hoaxes have long been a part of the cryptid world. From the infamous Bigfoot film of 1967 to the elaborate Loch Ness Monster hoaxes, history is rife with instances of trickery designed to fool the public. In the case of the Thunderbird, skeptics suggest that the bird sightings could be elaborate hoaxes, possibly involving large kites, drones, or even manipulated photography. However, the widespread nature of the sightings, spread out over different geographic locations and time periods, makes a coordinated hoax unlikely. Misidentification is another common explanation put forth by skeptics. It's suggested that witnesses may have seen a large, known bird species, like a condor, an albatross, or even an oversized eagle, and mistaken it for a thunderbird. The idea here is that the surprise of encountering an exceptionally large bird could lead to an overestimation of its size, thus giving birth to a thunderbird sighting. Some have put forth the idea that the thunderbird could be a case of anachronism, a creature from a bygone era that has somehow survived into modern times. In this view, the thunderbird could be a holdover from the age of the pterosaurs, giant flying reptiles that ruled the skies during the Mesozoic era. This theory, while fascinating, is met with skepticism due to a lack of fossil evidence supporting the survival of pterosaurs beyond their known extinction. From a more psychological perspective, the Thunderbird myth could be seen as a form of cultural memory or collective unconscious. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist, believed that certain archetypes exist within the collective unconscious of all human beings. The Thunderbird, with its associations with power, majesty, and the untamed wilderness, could be an expression of one such archetype. Despite the skepticism and alternative explanations, the Thunderbird myth persists. Whether it's the result of hoaxes, misidentifications, anachronisms, or archetypes, the Thunderbird continues to capture the imagination. The debate rages on, and until definitive proof is found, the mystery of the Thunderbird remains open, a symbol of the unknown and the power of belief. The government and media have played their own roles in the Thunderbird narrative, sometimes fueling the fires of mystery, other times attempting to douse them. Records reveal classified government documents that mention large, unidentifiable avian creatures sighted by military personnel and civilians alike. These sightings, shrouded in secrecy and often redacted in official files, add another layer of intrigue to the Thunderbird enigma. The intriguing part is that these files are often left unexplained or are categorized under unidentified, leaving a trail of ambiguity that further fuels the belief in these gigantic avian creatures. In a 1948 incident, the U.S. Air Force allegedly investigated a report of a gigantic bird, described as larger than any known species. The case was filed under Project Blue Book, a series of investigations into unidentified flying objects, hinting at the perplexing scale of the creature observed. The media has historically swung between skepticism and sensationalism when it comes to the Thunderbird. News outlets, particularly in the 19th and early 20th centuries, sporadically reported sightings of enormous birds, often lacing their accounts with a mix of awe and incredulity. These stories, while often sensationalized for readership, nonetheless contribute to the body of witness accounts that underpin the Thunderbird legend. In more recent times, the advent of television and the Internet has seen the Thunderbird legend disseminated to a global audience. Documentaries and TV specials have delved into the mystery, often utilizing dramatic reenactments and interviews with purported witnesses. These programs, while sometimes criticized for their lack of scientific rigor, have nonetheless kept the Thunderbird firmly in the public consciousness. Simultaneously, online forums and social media platforms have become hotbeds for Thunderbird sightings and discussion. They serve as digital gathering places for believers, skeptics, and the curious, with each new reported sighting fueling debates and speculation. Despite the attention from official channels and media, the Thunderbird remains an enigma. Government documents and media reports add to the body of evidence, but also deepen the mystery, with their mix of corroborated details, redactions, and unresolved sightings. The Thunderbird, with its enormous wings and enduring mystery, continues to cast a long shadow over the realms of cryptozoology and folklore. Examining the Thunderbird mythos reveals intriguing connections to other cryptids and regional myths. For instance, the Mothman of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, shares many characteristics with the Thunderbird. Described as a large, winged creature with glowing red eyes, the Mothman, like the Thunderbird, is often associated with ominous events. Sightings of both creatures often precede disasters, cementing their roles as harbingers of doom in local folklore. Similarly, the Roc, a gigantic bird from Middle Eastern mythology, parallels the Thunderbird in terms of size and strength. Described in the tales of Sinbad the Sailor, the Roc was said to carry off elephants in its massive talons, a feat also often attributed to the Thunderbird. The Roc's presence in these ancient stories underscores the global spread and enduring nature of giant bird legends. Indigenous cultures across the Pacific Northwest, meanwhile, tell tales of Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, a powerful entity often depicted with bird-like features. The Thunderbird and Quetzalcoatl both occupy positions of reverence and fear in their respective cultures, embodying the raw power and unpredictability of nature. The Piasa bird, another cryptid from Native American mythology, bears a striking resemblance to the Thunderbird. According to Illinois tribes, this enormous bird preyed on humans and had a taste for destruction, much like the Thunderbird is said to do during storms. These parallels suggest a common thread running through human culture: the belief in enormous, powerful birds that defy explanation. Whether this is due to shared ancient experiences, convergent evolution of myths, or the universal human fascination with flight, is a matter of ongoing debate. One interesting pattern that emerges is that these creatures often serve as both protectors and destroyers. They represent the dual nature of the natural world, its capacity to provide and to take away. The Thunderbird, like its global counterparts, is a symbol of the awesome and terrifying power of nature. From the Roc of the Middle East to the Piasa bird of North America, these giant bird legends illustrate how different cultures interpret the same natural phenomena. These stories, passed down through generations, reflect humanity's attempts to understand and explain the mysteries of the world. In the realm of cryptozoology and folklore, the Thunderbird is but one piece of a larger, interconnected tapestry of myths and beliefs. In the digital age, the search for Thunderbirds has been significantly transformed. As the mythological creatures of lore have transitioned into the realm of cryptids, new tools have become available to those who seek evidence of their existence. From smartphones to drones, the tools employed in the pursuit of these elusive giants have evolved dramatically. In recent years, there have been numerous reports of Thunderbird sightings, many of them captured on digital media. In Pennsylvania, a state steeped in Thunderbird lore, a wave of sightings in the late 2000s caught national attention. One particularly compelling case involved a group of witnesses who claimed to see a bird with a wingspan of nearly 20 feet soaring over the Allegheny Mountains. This sighting was not merely a momentary blur glimpsed from the corner of an eye. It was observed by several people simultaneously and lasted for several minutes. With the advent of smartphones, many of these sightings have been accompanied by photographic or video evidence. While these often grainy and shaky videos have not provided definitive proof, they have added a new layer of intrigue to the Thunderbird mystery. Critics argue that these images could be of large known birds, such as eagles or condors, or even clever digital manipulations. However, the sheer volume of sightings, combined with the consistency of the descriptions across different locations, lend a certain credence to the possibility of an undiscovered species, or perhaps a relic population of a prehistoric bird. In addition to handheld devices, the use of drones and trail cameras has opened up new avenues in the quest for the Thunderbird. Drones, with their ability to cover large areas and access remote locations, have become an invaluable tool for cryptozoologists. Some enthusiasts have even managed to capture intriguing footage of large, unidentified avian creatures, further fueling the debate. Trail cameras, commonly used in wildlife research, have also captured some unusual images. In 2007, a trail camera in Texas captured an image of an enormous bird carrying what appeared to be a small deer in its talons. The image was widely circulated on the internet, sparking heated debates among ornithologists, cryptozoologists, and skeptics alike. The age of technology has emboldened the hunt for Thunderbirds, arming seekers with tools undreamt of in earlier times. Yet, despite these advances, the Thunderbird remains elusive, a shadowy figure that swoops in and out of our collective consciousness, leaving behind only questions and the faint echo of a mighty wingspan against the sky. As the hunt continues, the Thunderbird stands as a testament to the enduring allure of the unexplained, the power of myth, and the human desire to believe in the incredible. The enduring allure of cryptids, like the Thunderbird, and the persistent belief in their existence goes beyond mere fascination with the unexplained. It delves deep into human psychology, representing ingrained fears, archetypal symbols, and subconscious elements in our collective imagination. In many cultures, birds often symbolize freedom, transcendence, and a connection with the divine. Their ability to soar high in the sky, close to the heavens, imbues them with a sense of mystery and otherworldliness. The Thunderbird, with its mammoth size and supernatural attributes, amplifies these symbolic associations, straddling the realms of the earthly and the divine, the known and the unknown. This cryptid also taps into an innate human fear of the monstrous, the uncontrollable, and the destructive, a fear that dates back to our earliest ancestors. Throughout history, giant creatures have often embodied these fears. The Thunderbird, with its colossal wingspan and reputed ability to conjure storms, embodies this archetype of a monstrous force of nature. It's a symbol of a power that is beyond human control, a reminder of our vulnerability in the face of the natural world's unbridled fury. Moreover, the Thunderbird and other cryptids serve a psychological function by embodying our collective desire to believe in the existence of undiscovered creatures and hidden realms. In an era where most of the world has been charted and explained, these cryptids represent a longing for mystery, for the thrill of discovery, for the possibility of a world that retains its secrets despite our best efforts to unravel them. In many ways, the Thunderbird is a testament to the power of stories and their ability to shape our perception of reality. It's a creature born out of folklore, and sustained by modern sightings, a blend of ancient mythology and contemporary speculation. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, its existence persists in our collective consciousness, fueled by a deep-seated human need for wonder, for fear, and for the inexplicable. The cultural impact of the Thunderbird is profound, leaving its mark on everything from art and literature to music and film. Its lore continues to inspire, to intrigue, and to ignite the imagination, reminding us of the power of the unexplained and the enduring allure of the unknown. The Thunderbird is, in essence, a symbol of the human spirit's unending quest for knowledge and a reflection of our enduring fascination with the mysteries of the natural world. It represents our refusal to accept the world as fully known or completely understood, our insistence on keeping alive the possibility of discovery, of mystery, and of the extraordinary lurking just beyond the edge of the familiar. The persistence of the Thunderbird legend, despite the lack of empirical evidence, raises intriguing questions about the nature of belief and the human capacity for wonder. It underscores the delicate interplay between belief and evidence, the often blurred line that separates the known from the unknown, the tangible from the intangible. The Thunderbird myth is not an isolated phenomenon. Across cultures, similar legends of giant, mythical creatures have persisted, each one a testament to humanity's inclination towards the mysterious, towards the idea of forces beyond our understanding. This predisposition suggests that there is something fundamental, perhaps primal, about our relationship with the unknown. It is as if our psyche craves mystery, as if it needs to believe in the existence of realms and beings that defy explanation. This human propensity for myth and mystery is not a weakness or a failing. It is, in fact, a testament to our ability to imagine, to create, and to dream. It is an affirmation of our capacity for awe and wonder, a reflection of our innate curiosity and our relentless pursuit of knowledge. It is a reminder that, despite our scientific advances, we remain creatures of imagination and wonder, forever drawn to the allure of the unknown. In a world increasingly defined by data and rationality, the enduring appeal of the Thunderbird and similar legends serves as a potent reminder of the power of mystery, the importance of imagination, and the value of the unexplained. It underscores the fact that humans are not solely creatures of logic and reason, but also beings of myth and magic, of dreams and wonders, of stories and secrets. These legends reveal an important facet of our nature, our ability to wonder, to dream, to imagine. For as long as there are mysteries to ponder, legends to explore, and stories to tell, the Thunderbird and similar myths will continue to captivate and inspire, reminding us of the beauty of the unknown, the thrill of discovery, and the enigmatic complexity of our world. As we reflect on the Thunderbird and its enduring legacy, we are reminded that some mysteries refuse to die not because they are unsolvable, but because we choose to keep them alive. They endure because we need them to, because they feed our collective imagination, because they affirm our capacity for wonder. They survive because they remind us that the world is still full of mysteries waiting to be discovered, that there are still secrets to be unearthed, that the line between reality and myth is often more porous than we might think. And perhaps that is the most profound mystery of all. Thanks for listening. This has been Cryptid Files. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.